let's get a bit deep dive on our global search. So Nova has this global search here on the top left that we briefly passed by it on the previous tutorials. So you can search anything here on any resource that you configure to use global search. So just as a quick refresh, if we go here to user, you have this title, that's what appears on the search results or any type of foreign key that we want to put on another relationship. And then here it says what columns can you search for the global search. So if I go back here and for instance on the users, I do have this Gregoria, and I'm seeing on my resource that I have this name and email to search for. So whatever I put here, Gregoria, where it actually finds it, or I put this email arc, it also searches for Gregoria. Then you can click on it and the resource appears here in the detail view, right? So what happens if, for instance, you want to do a search, but there is no column on your eloquent model? So let me give an example. You have the orders, as you know, but the orders doesn't have any description, doesn't have anything, right? You just have this user ID and then this total, and this user ID, as you know, is a foreign key to the table user, so there is a relationship on the eloquent models here. So we can go here and I can go to the orders on Nova on my resource. So I go here to order and I say, okay, let's search for instance for total. So let's use the column total to search for something, and then let's just show the ID that we have, because there's nothing else. There's a user ID that you can see, so we can even put user ID for instance. And if I search for 6135, I will get the 24 and the 93. So if I go here and search for 6135, I get the 94, the 93 and the 24. So of course if I click it, then I go to the order that is connected to it. But I want to see this user directly here on the global search. If I search for 6135, I want to see something like order from Jordan with total of something. So how can we do this when we don't have a column? So we use the eloquent appends. We create a column, the dynamic column. And how this is done? If you go to Laravel docs and you go here and you search for appends, and here it says append values to JSON. It's not only to JSON, it's actually to your array, like it says here. So as you can see, it says occasionally when casting models to an array, you may wish to add attributes that do not correspond to column on your database. So to do this, first you define the accessor, and then you do the column, you add that column to your appends, and this will automatically add that new column label, this new attribute, to all of your eloquent results from this eloquent model. So this is what we need to do, and this is what we're going to do here as an example. So this is very useful to customize the global search in a very good way, and in a way that it's not only about the results that you have on your eloquent attributes, but something else that you want to create here, and always given by the keys that you use here on the search, right? So let's now create that. Let's go here to our order, and I'm just going to do first the protected appends, and then I'm going to create here like a column, I don't know, called like order description. So we're going to give kind of a human label here, like saying order number from John Daniel of value Z. So for that, then after creating the column that will be appended, so it's a customized column, it's a calculated column, you need to do the accessor for that column. So you create public function, and then you just do the normal accessor as on your eloquent models. You do get, and then the camel case description, and then attribute. And here is where you do the computation. So return, so I want to return the name order. So it's an order, right? Order, number, and then you can just put the number of the order, like the ID of the order, this ID. And then you say from, and here you say this, and then you access the username from this eloquent model instance, right? And then you can even put like, you know, in parentheses, the just the price, the total, yeah, just as an example. So this gives total flexibility on what? So total flexibility on creating this column for you. So order number with the ID from the username, and then in parentheses the total. Oh, sorry, mistake here. The total of the order itself. So let's see how it works now. You go back to order, and you say, okay, I don't want anymore to show the title user ID. I want to show the new column called order description. And of course you can still search for the total. Okay, that's what we are going to do exactly on this example. And guess what? Here we go. So we do 6135, and as you can see, you now have the order from we now have the calculated column, and this is very, very useful in case you want to show data to on your client projects that is not totally related with the normal native eloquent columns that you have on your native eloquent attributes that you have. Okay, hope it helps. Thank you.